So today I'm gonna share with you what I think are some of the most in-demand sectors for roll-ups, for acquisitions, and in general, anything related to buying, selling companies or advising on acquisitions for this year, right? Based on kind of like whatever the latest trends and whatnot. Let me share with you the latest, hottest sectors I believe for acquisitions. And if you're asking like why we're qualified to share it, I mean, look, we were involved in more than $500 million worth of transactions at this point. So, I mean, we've seen, I don't know how many thousands of companies. And I've seen a lot of why and what they're being bought for or sold for and what sectors and all that. So let me go through that. And first, I just want to clarify, like, look, in the end of the day, there's no one size fits all answer for all sectors. But I'll just share with you what I think in general are good sectors. So remember, there's like no universal one answer best sector for everyone. The best sector in the end of the day is the one that fits your goals, your capabilities, and also, just your passion, your skills, your experience, and are you willing to spend like the next 5-10 years to be the best at it, ideally, right? Like you want to stay focused. So let's break down the sectors and then some of the principles, and let's start with the first one, which is anything related to home services, right? In a world where technology is king and like the biggest companies are tech companies and everything is going to be AI, it also feels like certain services remain and will remain irreplaceable, and that's where home services type businesses come in. Just if you think about the future and AI, I mean, some industries might be immune to AI disruption, like plumbing and flooring and restoration and landscaping, HVAC, chimney services, roofing, all of those services that we took part of to some extent. These are services that, at least for right now, they require a human touch, and that's why it's less likely to be replaced by AI. But even if you're going to have like robots like the Tesla bots or whatever you see, figure bots, if you fall in the space, even if they're going to be ready to do some of those jobs, then it's actually a good sign for you to be in this space, because you could actually get one of those robots for your companies and increase your margins, because it looks like their cost is going to be cheaper than like a human being employee. So I don't see a downside for that, but I definitely see like the demand for those services is not going to go down. Everyone got a home that they want some services in, and as long as people have homes, someone need to service those issues in the homes. So I think it's a great sector to think about. Second one is everything healthcare. So healthcare, first of all, it's kind of like an evergreen sector. It's definitely complex business because it also depends on where you go into sector. Healthcare is very broad word to throw out there, but it's very complex, especially when you see the involvement of like private equity funds, that a lot of them I see just miss the mark on anything operational value. So it's a bit challenging. It's just interesting, like you see a lot of funds rolling up practices without truly understanding what to do with the operations after they do, which is critical in the healthcare space. So I think there's a massive opportunity for people in the space to get involved in buying a business or doing roll-ups if there's some kind of expertise that could lead to a better management and better care in those businesses. I think there's a massive gap that could be filled in here. And overall, I mean, just think about healthcare in general. Everyone wants to stay alive as much as possible, at least healthy, and not die. I mean, I don't know if you follow Brian Johnson, the Don't Die guy, but I mean, he built a multi-million-dollar business basically telling people that they could be younger with just supplements that he's selling, right? Supplements and food powders and whatnot. So it's just fascinating. At the end of the day, people don't want to die. People want to stay healthy, young. And I've seen people spending literally most of their net worth in the last few years just to stay like another 1 or 2 years with their loved ones. So it's fascinating that people work all their life for money and then they will spend all of it for the last 1 or 2 years just to stay alive. So it's definitely a fascinating space. Like, we've been involved in deals in that space, and I think that as long as you can bring some operational improvements, rather than only thinking on expansion of revenues, there's massive value that could be created. Like anything operational, effectiveness, improvement in those businesses could be amazing. And obviously that applies for every sector, but in this one I've seen the most like gaps, to be honest, as far as like the level of operations and the level of service needed versus this level of service needed. So next one that I'll put today is media and marketing. Also very interesting space, right? The digital world, first of all, is all about getting attention, right? Every business needs more leads, and that's why and what media and marketing sectors sell, right? They sell visibility, more attention to the businesses. Now, we are currently working on so far 8 companies roll up in this space, looking to consolidate this niche market in the media space, right? So if you can create online presence or just in general provide leads and sales to businesses, I mean, it's super valuable. The challenge here is that everything is constantly changing, but if you're able to bring companies together and offer a more comprehensive 360 package with actual results and reach larger audience for your clients more effectively, and you could over time use AI in a good way, I mean, it's going to play a major role in the marketing space. But if you can take advantage of it and stay in the forefront of new changes, I think marketing again will always have demand. Businesses, there are always new businesses that are coming up that needs more marketing, more leads, and if you can position yourself as the expert in that space, in a sector, then it's a massive opportunity. Fourth one would be cybersecurity. So anything cyber. I'll also put IT here. Obviously different sectors, but I'll talk about them together. So think about it, as business and individuals become more tech dependent, there's always need for cybersecurity and IT services. Again, think about AI, quantum computers and whatnot. There are going to be a lot of threats when it comes to anything data. So, and it's obviously only grew during like COVID, and it's continued to expand. And I think it's getting into this like sector, like the cyberspace might need more capital. Like one of the fastest growing companies of all time at this point is a company by the name of Wiz. It's an Israeli company, cybersecurity company. They got to 100 million in yearly revenues in ARR, annual recurring revenue, in their first year. They did some acquisitions as well in the process, but it's fascinating. It's a massive sector, multi-billion-dollar companies out there, but a lot of small mom and shops stores as well. And as far as IT, just yesterday I talked to a buddy of mine who's about to close on a $10 million deal using a combination of SBA loan, conventional loans that he's looking into, equity and seller financing with government contracts. So it's a long-term great business because it's provided a lot of predictability in the revenues, and obviously those are the best businesses. So if you can find some of those deals with great contracts, massive opportunities. Sector number 5 for today is e-commerce, right? So global e-commerce, I mean, it's not just growing, it's exploding, right? And the sector, it offers incredible opportunities for Rollups because online shopping, it's not just becoming the norm, it feels like it's already the norm. Like we were involved in a massive roll-up in the space, so I know how massive the opportunity is. And there are always new entrepreneurs coming into this space because there's a very low entry fee to get into it. So it creates a lot of competition. Therefore, a lot of opportunities to improve products and services and marketing. But overall, people, are consumers, people buy. So e-commerce businesses obviously benefit from all that growth and scale. And if you're able to consolidate smaller players or be involved as an advisor in a lot of those deals, and you can support those businesses, or those businesses could, let's say, leverage better supply chains or improve customer acquisition costs and expand market reach in an efficient way, there's a massive opportunity. And especially if you look at it as a global play, the key is to look globally, I think, in the e-commerce, not just locally. That's the beauty of it. You can sell all over. And the more diverse your e-com portfolio can be, the more resilient it becomes if there are any market fluctuations. So e-commerce, amazing, especially if you can find a great product that have some recurring model to it. Like I had a buddy who sold a deodorant company, and I mean, people love the product, they just continue to buy it again and again, and the margins were amazing. E-commerce, many times they have small margins and you need to understand how to manage inventory, but if you find a great product with great margins, there's a massive opportunity. Like every business, the product gotta be good, the team's gotta be good, but if you can combine all of those with the right sector, ideally in a sector that grow up, massive opportunity. The sixth one I'll just put as a bonus is anything related to AI. I just invested in an AI company. I think it's massive. I don't think there are still enough opportunities for Rollups because a lot of those companies are just small. They don't really make revenues and whatnot. But I think that in a year to 5, there are going to be so many companies in the market because there are so many companies being started right now. So I think if you're going to be in the forefront of it and at least be up to date with where the technology is going, I've got no doubt there's going to be massive opportunities for consolidations in there, either specifically just AI or combining AI with some of those sectors I mentioned before. So yeah, hopefully those sectors that I covered today each bring unique challenges and opportunities. But if you're looking to make kind of like your mark in the roll-ups or acquisition space and as an entrepreneur, as an advisor, and you just want to stay ahead of the curve, then I hope it gives you some thoughts around those sectors. And yeah, remember, choosing the right sector in the end of the day, it's all about aligning with your expertise, your passion, your curiosity, the market demand. So always think, how can you think strategically so you could actually make smart, profitable decisions. So yep, that's it for today. I love you. Bye bye.